Hello everybody, and welcome to part one of what I hope will be an interesting video for those of you that are into vintage photography. The photographs that you're looking at now were taken by my late father way back in the 1940s, and although many of his prints survive and luckily in my possession, I don't have any of his equipment. In fact, I have no details of what cameras he used or anything. I just know that he used a home darkroom and developed everything himself, which was pretty common back then. So a few weeks ago, I was searching through some old family albums for photographs that I could use for a different project, and I came across these two self-portraits that he took. And as you can see in the second one, his camera is included. Now, I didn't have high hopes of identifying it because the quality, obviously, of the detail is quite low. However, thanks to a very friendly group of people in a Facebook vintage camera group, they immediately successfully identified it as a 1938 Kodak 620 Series 2. I was very keen to find out as much as I could about this camera, so some internet research obviously gave me more details about the different types. There were several lens and shutter combinations that were available. They were actually made in Germany for Kodak, and luckily quite a few survive to this day. It didn't take me long to decide I'd like one for myself. So luckily on eBay I managed to track down a very reasonable priced version that looked in good condition, and it included the original case as well. So I promptly ordered it. And here it is. Very well packed by the seller, which is always nice to see, so hopefully it's undamaged. Okay, so here's the leather case. Looks in pretty good condition for its age, slight wear and tear, but you'd expect. Strap looks a little weak, so I'll need to be careful of that. The name of the previous owner. It's actually nice to see evidence of pre-ownership and hopefully pre-love. Let's take a look inside and see what we've got. Well, it certainly feels very solid, quite heavy, as you'd expect. We have a fitting for the tripod on the bottom. There's a sliding door so that we know which frame we're currently shooting. As I'm sure you'll appreciate, there were no stops on winders on cameras in those days. Popping the lens open, I can see that the bellows are intact, so hopefully no light leaks. And a quick glance shows me controls for shutter speed, aperture. Looks to be a self-timer there as well. I will need to investigate on the exact operation of this camera. I'm no stranger to film photography, but for 35mm, and obviously you still had many automated settings available to you. No such thing in those days, I'm afraid. Close that back up and let's have a look on the inside. Okay, that all looks very clean. I'm pleased to see that there's a spare film spool inside and that the lens looks in good condition as far as I can tell. So in case you haven't realised, the name 620 refers to the film type, which is still sold today, I believe, but I'm going to need to do a bit of research on to see what options I have in terms of developing, etc. Let's just do a quick shutter test. Yeah, that seems to work okay. There is a primer on these which I'm going to need to investigate. That until it's activated, the shutter release won't actually fire. So there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. Part 2 coming as soon as I can. Please like and subscribe, I'd be most grateful. See you soon. Bye bye.